George would have gone.
Yeah, I'll take care of you. Yep.
Oh, every time I go to set this up, it works better.
That's good.
Mhm.
That means it's getting to know you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
We supposed to wear a mask?
Yeah, we do. If you need one, I've got a spare in the car. I can go get
No,
one.
I got one right here.
And we got some
Okay.
here too.
Yeah. You need one?
You got a black one?
No.
Okay, this will work.
I'm sorry.
All this.
I'll get some black ones though.
Yeah. Once Clinton County gets out of like the yellow range, is it? Because we're still in the yellow for COVID.
We're orange.
We're orange.
Yeah, I
Okay.
talked to the health department on Friday, and we are in the orange.
Where we gotta be, in yellow?
I'm definitely below orange.
Yeah.
Because red is the top.
Oh, so red, orange?
Yeah,
Red, orange, yellow, and I guess green then or something.
probably.
COVID.
That's where we go.
Get that third shot.
You know?
Oh, my dad hasn't cared about COVID at all this entire time. He's like, the greatest thing is I can go to the grocery store early in the morning and no one else is there because they're all not allowed.
I go there at midnight. It's serious. There's nobody there.
Oh, yeah.
I do the same
Well,
thing.
you know what gets me is when you got your polio shot. How long did it last?
So where do you normally,
All your life.
where do you normally
In the
sit?
center in the back.
Now, we gotta get a shot, a booster shot, so that just tells me that they shoved it down your throat.
There we go. That is all running.
What's that?
Yeah,
all
starts
set.
with an R.
Thank you.
Starts with
There
an
you go,
R.
for luck on fire.
Starts with an R. What's going on, young lady?
Oh, not too much. How are you?
Good, good, yourself?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
I don't make calls lately.
It's all good. You can whenever you want.
I know. Our bill is $1.58. The freaking stamp is 55. You know. Charge me once a year, you know.
Oh, I know.
But something's got to be done. Rodriguez isn't going to be able to make it today.
I don't know, you didn't say anything.
No? You pull them up? Yeah. That was good. Good? Yeah, I haven't talked to Sally in a while.
Sometimes you might have to wake it up.
I'm thinking about going down there. Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Thinking-
not very technical savvy with that thing.
Good. Oh, yeah? Good. Good.
My dog was not happy.
No, mine neither. She's
Looking at me like, what are you doing leaving my dog?
Take care.
Mr. Pelkey? Or Trustee Pelkey? Contact tracing. Today is. And just where visitors meet.
Phone too?
If you want to, share it with me, and I can make some obscene phone calls your way.
Go right ahead, I love them.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Sure.
A man of right of my own kind.
There you go.
Can't see with them, can't see without them. That's my same issue.
Gentlemen?
Sir,
Hey.
how are you? Twice in a month, that's too much.
Come sit in the back like a bad kid.
That's what I should do. That's what I should do.
You're fine. I know what you mean. What do you call yourself? No, I'm just teasing. There you go. There you go.
Now you. You know that? I got another one.
A lot of extra room. I didn't do that.
That's how I do it.
Jeez, nice of you sharing that with me.
You can have this one.
No, that's
I can just take it on the back of
fine.
this.
I brought a notepad.
Everybody else always uses a notepad. I like this better.
I think I like that as well.
I think I was gonna go tell you that you had company.
What's that?
I think I was going in to tell you at one point that.
Oh, sure.
But, you know, you had company.
You just wanted to prove that I didn't know what I was doing. That's okay. No arguments for me. And you think I did? Jeez.
No, but you get paid more to deal with it.
Oh, is that it? Now I know.
You know where you're right, right?
I know where you're right
Oh,
now.
man, I just broke this hand. There, that'll teach you. Yeah, I usually just take the agenda and make a lot of spaces so I can note as I go.
Just came in late today for soccer game. Yep. Yeah. Spare copy for someone else? No.
Dennis Richards sitting there. He just went out to the car. What is
Mr. Cooper? How's it going?
What do you want to do?
I don't wanna be next to you and get accused of shit.
That's true.
I know.
And everybody knows me as long as I know you.
Did you use the cards at Staples?
Yes.
Do you have them?
Yep, they're in my wallet right here.
Okay.
You want me to drop? I'll drop them off to you tomorrow.
Yes, because I gotta put them back in. please.
What did you do? They want to get away from you. They're trying to get away from you. What did you do to them? Oh. Yes.
How's this?
Oh, beautiful.
Got the tax ID numbers on the caps and everything. Full color.
Hell of a job.
Pretty good. Considering how the condition
He never showed it. I mean,
Good job.
I didn't do the copy though, Staples did, so it's a good job for them. So that'll be far better than the other map. So I'm just going to stay in here. Planning zoning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, geez, that's great. Great illustration.
Here made for them.
See, you asked and you shall receive.
We.
Then I need the rubber band on the rest of them though.
I just ask you to sign in, please. Just have you sign up.
He's been yapping on the phone with Larry, I think since about 5:30. He's been yapping her up. I said, do you need to put the dogs on that?
Very nice, thank you.
What'd you girls do, fire us in?
They ganged
He's
up
got
on
the day off. Lucky duck.
We let him have a day off, once a year.
He doesn't take many.
No, he doesn't.
No, I think we had to do something this afternoon, I give them all a copy.
Yeah, but they don't have to, they're not talking about the house.
Well, we'll see what they think. They call me, I'm gonna call them.
Just stay here for the planning board.
Eyes are shut.
Everybody?
Good evening. You need to tell them that one.
Oh, they did.
I do. You're welcome. We definitely don't need to agenda copies.
No. good.
She's laughing at me.
Okay, sounds good.
They got two.
Oh, yeah.
They got two.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I can put a face on it. Yes.
He has to stuff, yeah.
Oh, did I do the
It's
ceremony?
ready to go, we just have to.
He was the one that probably. Sounds about right.
There's the map right there.
Hit the camera now, or?
It's usually by the pledge, during the pledge.
Oh, that's when you get up.
It's usually when you do it. People will stand up and do it now.
Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes.
Don't block it. Okay, opening meeting to the public.
Karen Meyersell, I'm part of the, I'm a co-chair for the 4th of July committee. We would like to ask the village to be able to hold in a charity event for us, or a sponsorship event for us to raise some money. That will include also gathering toys for the community and a full community event, where it's going to be a 1K run called the Santa Speedo Run. The reason why we're asking for support from the village is we are going to have to close off the street on Montgomery Street from latitude 45 up to Montgomery. We have the fire department willing to be on board to do that, to support that, as well as having EMS on board, which I guess they always are, but they're aware that we would like to do this on December 11th, from about 11 to 2, and the closure would be for about an hour. So we have, instructions, we can provide them afterwards, just hoping that that's something that can be supported.
Sounds good with me. I read your proposal, and it sounds like you answered all my questions, so I'll put that in form of a motion to support the 4th of July committee. I'll second that.
Thank you very much.
All in favor? Come on.
Aye.
Aye.
Hello, everyone.
We're still in open comment, so.
Okay. Do we enter everyone or just me?
No, you both can come in.
Ah, we can all
Okay.
come in.
Here, I got some chairs here.
No, it's
Thanks.
yeah. Yeah.
Not them too?
Here.
Yep. Okay. Hey, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay, next person.
Anybody wishing to address the board?
Me?
You
Yeah,
can if you want.
okay.
I invited you here, so.
First time, so don't blame me. And
Introduce yourself.
yeah, sorry for my English. Yeah, we are French, so you know. So I'm working at Rouses. Rouses, it's a French based company. So the HQ is in France, but it became in 2018 a public company and international company. So Rouses became a group with including 6 companies. The main, I'd say, damn, I forgot the word, but what we are doing actually is we are building servers, okay, IT servers, custom servers, high performance computing. We bought another company. It's a UK company. They are building rugged PC. In general, these are used for some of our customers and it's public. You can check that online. It's McDonald's. We have like the interface, that it's getting very hot. So this UK company, actually, they are building the PC in aluminium, or copper. And they are working that, and we are providing the components, And these screens are getting hot, and we actually provided the best product for them because everything is cool, and they don't need to do maintenance like every day. Just to give you an idea. Rolls-Royce is one of our customers. Even the US Army, we have a project with them. It's for the military trucks, because I had a video, but I didn't bring my PC with me, so I'm sorry about that. But I can send to the mayor maybe a video about that you can have a look on internet.
Because I can post that for you.
Yeah, of course. So let me get back to Suicide. So we are building custom servers, high performance computing servers. We have also some data centers in France, and we want to increase our data center service because we have one of our customers, HRT. I don't know if you heard about that. Houston River HRT Trading. So they want to move the data center from New York because it's very expensive. They want to move it upstate New York. Okay, we are working with them from long. And one of our solutions is immersion servers. Immersion tanks. This is actually, it's reducing with so much the power consumption, the noise, it's much better for the environment, okay? For example, here in the Pfizer building, we have 20 tanks like that, and we want to install that. But everything is slow with the construction team. We don't have enough power because, I don't know where is the power, but so these tanks actually are pretty easy to use. The liquid is it's not impacting. It's protecting the environment. What I'm saying. You can find everything online. The company who's making these tanks, they are our partners. It's called Submer, for example. And we are doing the IT. We are doing the service. And just going back to the project is this HRT want to invest a couple of millions and develop their data centers here. So to do that, we need, of course, the building. We need power. We need manpower. What else? Maybe I forgot. Maybe I forgot. There are so many people here. This is one of our projects. We have other customers. We just met with the mayor today with one of our partner and customer too that wants to invest too. We employed 6 people, I think. No, 7. 7 people. One is from Rouses Point. The other ones are from around here, Plattsburgh, Chelsea. I don't remember. Champaign, someone. Maybe I forgot a lot of things, but if you have any questions.
Are you going to be manufacturing anything in there?
Yes. I forgot that. Actually, we have a factory in San Jose, and the building actually they are increasing each year. They are increasing the rent, and California is becoming very expensive. And it's not only about the price, but it's also about the manpower, you know. And we want to develop more this region because it was ex-Pfizer. No one, yeah, there was a lot of people. Now I'm sure that they are looking for. So we closed that factory at the end of this year. No, actually in January. In January we are closing that factory, and we will let only an office for the salespeople. And the factory, we want to move it here. Okay. We rented a part of the building here, but we are open to hear maybe other proposals, other buildings if you want, buildings that we can have also IT, and also maybe, you know, like production or manufacturing or assembly line or something like that. We have big projects with big names. I'm sure that if we provide this service to HRT, I'm sure that these guys, they are bringing more people. And I think this is very good for this region, for the town. And yeah, I think we can do good things. Only good things. Questions?
Is that all in the Wyatt buildings that are up now?
There are neighbors. I don't know what they are doing. I don't want to get into that. I'm not here to talk about others. But yeah, as I said, our main focus is IT. And yeah, you can look up on internet. We are building servers and not everything, not other things.
Are you using the buildings that are already there, or are you going to build buildings, or what?
The idea with our partner that we met today is to build also a building, our own building. That would be nice. For now, you know, as it is a public company, we cannot, you know, like spend a lot of things like uncontrollably, how to say that. We have a council also, you know. Our boss, of course, owns more than 50%, so his decision is taken in consideration. But there is a council that we need, you know. So of course, when we invest into a region, as we did here, because we invested already more than 1 million only in renovating and things like that, and also I'm not even going into the materials, into IT, into the servers that we have. That's more than like 20 million or something like that. So yeah, we would like to have our own building. Yes, that's correct.
Are you the guys making the trailer mounted servers?
No, we don't make the trailers. If a customer is coming and is asking for trailers or something like that, we do the IT inside, and maybe we do a partnership with someone who's doing the trailers. Okay. But we are building only servers, and we are, you know, like focusing on that. We don't want to. Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies moving in there, so some are building the trailers, you are building servers.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
How many people do you expect to employ?
As many as we can. If we move the production here, to be honest, I don't know how many, 10, 15, 20. I cannot give you a number now because I need to see what's the production. You know, like we are building project by project, and if we close that building in San Jose in January, if it's already signed, we are closing that already. So I think till the end of the year, we will have 10 people. Till the end of the next year, we will triple that.
So where are you in Chazy? In the old Wyatt building in Chazy too?
No.
There's an employee from JC.
Oh, employees.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's one people from Chelsea, one Champlain,
Oh, okay.
Plattsburgh, yeah. And one from, only one from Rouses Point. I don't know if his father is here.
No. He lives next door to you.
Hmm?
He lives next door to Wyatt, or Eris, or ERS, whatever.
No, Dylan?
Yeah.
Oh, you know Dylan?
Racine?
Brennan? Dylan Brennan?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Brandon.
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, Brennan, yeah, he's working for us. Yeah, if you have, I don't know if you have kids, sisters, we don't request, that's great because we are training them, so we don't, they just need, you know, like a basic knowledge and willingly to work. But if you know people, don't hesitate to send me I will give you a visit card. Don't hesitate to send me a resume. I don't know how many I bring it. Yeah, sure. I still have in my car, but I don't know, maybe, yeah, here. I have one more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's my old, I was a project manager. Now I took the management for the Canada subsidiary. Yeah, sorry, for English.
That's very good. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Not yet, but now you're home, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the phone number is a French number. I have a US, but I didn't add it. You can send me an email anytime.
How is your electric consumption? Is there gonna be a lot of consumption for electric?
You know, as the IT, it's using a lot of electricity, of course. The idea is that how do we use it? Okay. I gave already an example to the mayor today, and I will give you the same example. One of our customers in France, they were buying Dell. I don't know if you know Dell. It's pretty known. Servers. So they were buying Dell servers for the Paris data center, and we came with a solution based on the Facebook data center. The Facebook data center, they made their own, I would say, infrastructure, the racks, you know, the cabinet racks, it's called. They made because they have thousands, like 10 of thousands around the world, you know. So for them, for Facebook, it's very important to reduce the power consumption, to reduce the manpower, to reduce, the maintenance on the servers. That's very important, you know. And we took the same example of them. It's open. It's called Open Compute Project, OCP. And we took the same. We changed a little bit because everything is open, and we adapted our servers to it. You know, so everything, the power, the fan, everything is shared. So the customer came back after 1 month of using our solution, and he said he reduced up to 30% his capex. So that means everything. You know, he paid less, you know, of 30% of the invoice at the end. So that means less electricity, less, you know, like what he's paying at the data center. So that's one of the examples. So what I'm saying is that, of course, we need a lot of electricity, but it's more important how you use it and what's the result at the end. You know, I don't know if it's answering your question, but yeah, especially that you know, for air racks, it's called air racks, okay? You need to cool that. You need air cooled, you need to bring maybe air conditioning or something like that, you know? For immersion, what we want to implement more and more, it's a tank, you know, it's a tank like that, and you put servers inside in a liquid that it's cooling, it's like water, but it's not water, something like that, to cool the IT inside. So when it's that, you don't need any more air conditioning. You don't need, so that means air conditioning means sound, okay, on the building. That means electricity, you know, because you need fans to cool and things like that. You need rotation. So for the tanks, everything is reduced. Everything is reduced. You know, and actually we spoke about that. We have an entire floor R&D to implement the heat exchange. What's that? It's to recover the heat, you know, and to provide the heat, I don't know, to a house, to a building, we actually wanted to implement that for a hotel, but with COVID and things, you know, the hotels are not working very well. And so we went to, how it's called, wheat? No, not wheat. Le foin. Le foin. Everyone, someone speaks French?
Yes. What is
Foin?
wheat?
It's
Wheat.
wheat?
Oh, drying wheat.
Yeah,
Drying hay.
Yeah,
Hay.
haze. Yeah, haze. Yeah.
It's also money.
Yeah. Exactly. So actually, we have a project in Canada, and we are reusing the heat to heat the haze.
Oh.
Yeah. And we just had this weekend. We had our boss with the customers. There's Hydro-Quebec who's implicated because it's one of their customers. So the idea is to install these tanks and recover the heat and heat the haze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I hope this answers your question. I'm sorry about that. I went to.
I think I was kind of wondering how much power you're going to need to run the manufacturing.
So for the manufacturing facility, we don't need so much power. It's more for IT. But I cannot give you a number. I just need maybe you give me a number and I can, you know, like adapt to that, you know. With the wide, I heard that you're calling wide building, is that there is there's the owner, okay, and there's other other people who's renting the building, you know. So we need to divide. We need to, you know, like share the power. Yeah, that's why maybe hopefully the project with our partner can, you know, like having our own building. That would be nice. Yeah, so if you have 20 mega, then that's great. We adapt to 20 mega.
Why are those using what?
Probably 15 to 16 megs.
Does it have to be split between all the tenants there?
50 or 15?
16.
1-5.
Yeah,
Oh.
15 to 16 megs.
Oh, that's not a lot.
No.
The plans that I had, because my boss sent me a picture and he wanted to ask you about that. Because there was on the plans, it was written all the power that is coming over there. Apparently it was like 4 connections, 2 times 12 and 2 times 7. Was that correct or not? No. Okay. So the plan that we have are not good.
Well, maybe it was designed and made for that, but, I mean.
It's old.
It's old.
Oh.
You have 4 feeders that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The max that you could put on those feeders are almost, maybe 3 megawatts without melting something.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
3 times 4, you're only talking at 12. If you're pushing them to the
Yeah,
max,
it's-
the 4 meg, that's 16, you're gonna burn something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 times 4 is not a.
No.
Okay.
I mean, people think there's a lot of power there, you know.
Yeah,
There is, I mean, there is, but there isn't. I mean, there were 6 feeders that used to feed the Pfizer facility. 2 went to Chem Pilot, the upper building, and 4 went to the lower part.
Okay.
The lower parts, if you can get between 12 and 16 megs, you're doing good without melting something.
Okay.
But then then you have another, 6 megs up on the upper end.
Okay.
I mean, if you're talking 20 megs,
That's.
we're probably gonna have to sit down and
That's capacity.
discuss upgrading the substation at some point.
That can be a good idea.
Expensive.
Expensive too? Okay.
Well,
If we bring investors, that case, maybe it can be done.
Well, that's what we said, we'll have to sit down and discuss what can be done if you need that kind of power and New York State Municipal is willing to give us that kind of power.
Yeah, maybe,
Then we'll
yeah,
have
we
to
can,
upgrade at some-
we can talk, maybe,
Because we're gonna have to look at doing updates anyway, because they've already done some executive order to ban new gas hookups. And New York State's going entirely to green energy, swapping over from propane, natural gas, all to electricity. And, like some of the companies on the north end, they use propane heaters to dry their lumber. Well, when New York State decides to finally ban all that stuff, we can't really provide the power up there from the running electric fuel.
so they need to heat what? Maybe we can propose them, a heat exchanger.
For what they do.
If they have power, in that case, we can bring some tanks and they can, heat their, what they need to heat.
Yeah, because they use lumber for what they manufacture. I know the company's name, I just don't know if I can say it necessarily. But they use lumber for what they manufacture, and they have to dry the lumber out in this heating system, so that they can then make what they do.
Okay.
And they currently use propane, but if New York State decides to say, okay, that's it, it's 2030, no one's allowed to use propane anymore, we got a problem.
Okay. What I can promise you is that as soon as we are finishing with the proof of concept in Canada to hit the every time I forgot.
It's hay.
Thanks.
It's okay.
As soon as we are finished that project, we can actually public all the like the project and things like that, and maybe we can apply to the local businesses who has like there are so many buildings around here, and with I don't know, like giving an example of what I heard from a building, they have like 6 or 7 megawatts, and they are using like not even 10% of that. So why not, like investing into IT, because now everything is becoming like we have so many customers who's using IT for like research medical, like I cannot say that Pfizer is one of our customers, it's indirect. So maybe maybe even our servers serve for the vaccine. I don't want to say that because it's not the direct information, but you know, like, for example, in France, we are doing, you know, like, the computing for, the flight simulation. It's for, a company in the Group Dassault. I don't know if you heard about Group Dassault. Actually, yeah, Benjamin is, one of the main engineers who worked on that, you know. So, we have big projects like that, with big names. Facebook is one of our partners, but no one knows that. No one knows about SuService. No one knows that we are doing, you know, like, very high, and we are selling our servers to everyone, you know. So yeah, that's why, and thanks to the mayor that they invited us and, you know, explain what we are doing and who we are, you know. I don't want that, you get, bad, ideas, because this region is, yeah, we know everyone. Yeah, actually we want to do a good thing, you know.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If you have any other questions, sorry.
Now, you're saying, you're limited on your power that you're using. It's not metered, the problem is the 3 buildings that are there are on 1 meter. So it's how they divide it up, is, that's the way these feeders used to feed the old Pfizer facility. Each feeder was on 1 meter, so it's not like you're gonna be, they need to do an overhaul of the electric system up there and figure out who needs what and how do we design this area. Because it wasn't designed, it's designed for a manufacturer like Pfizer that was 1 entity, 1 unit. And now there's all different entities going in there, and how they divide that bill up. I mean, we send the bill out to ERS, and they pay the bill.
Yeah.
It's how it's
It's
divided,
actually,
it's how it's divided
we are
up.
paying the bill.
Right, how it's divided up, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
At this moment, we are paying the bill for the entire building, just to give an idea. There are other, people inside the building. We still need to figure out that. I don't want to get into details about that.
but needs to be an overall evaluation of usage and who needs what and how it can be delivered.
Yeah. And, yeah, if it's 1 meter and 1 connection, it can be a little bit problematic, for us. And that's why the idea of a new building is actually more attractive for us, because we need for the HRT, group, the Hudson River Trading, they are more interested in having, you know, like, all redundancy. Because they want to move from New York here, and that's actually great, you know, for everyone. We are providing servers, and, you know, like, you are providing the town and the power. And, I know power, it's you who manages that, you know. So, we visited some buildings, we can actually visit more, maybe some terrain with our partners, with our investors, maybe, we can build something, you know. But to do that, we need to be assured that we have the necessary power, you know. So, if we have 10, if we have 20 mega, if we are sure that we have that, okay, let's go. We build that, building in 3 months. We have everything. I bring the IT guys, you know, and, we have our own building. We don't depend anymore on the wide owners, yeah.
Well, like I said, when Pfizer was there was 6 connections, 6 feeders. And that's what's available that is headed toward the Pfizer property. Right now you're using 1. There's 1.
So there are still 5 available.
The 5 were decommissioned and they're sitting there idle.
So
There is
they
capacity.
can be recommissioned?
It
or-
can be recommissioned, yeah.
That's great.
But a plan has to be brought forward,
Okay,
and, we need to figure out
Need to sit down and.
some directions.
yeah, sure. Okay, I'm available, I can bring my boss too, he's 1000% French, so his English, no, it's okay, he speaks very good English. We are just making fun because,
Well, it's on camera, so.
yeah, hopefully. There is someone from, the fire department?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, it's good for the, Christmas night.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you have any other questions.
No?
Okay, I'm sorry for,
No, that's okay.
I never was interviewed for so many people, so. Yeah.
It's a bit different, cause I imagine like, I don't know if you guys, because you're from France originally,
No, actually, I'm originally from Romania.
you're from Romania?
Yeah, but I moved to France like 16 years ago. Yeah, so that's why that's why I speak so very good English.
And I'm not sure how public meetings are ever even done in France and Romania at this level.
There are some, but like a lot of things they are private. So you know, like smaller meetings or something like that. I actually will be moving to Canada. As I said, I'm managing the Canadian subsidiary for Tutorial Science, but also managing the people here. You know, so I'm doing that from distance, but I will be here at least 2 days per week. So if someone wants to contact me, anytime. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I think that's all.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Yes.
Just wanted to, do you have an email address? Like my boss actually wanted to send you some,
Okay, I don't have a business card, it's just mayor.
okay. Oh, you already have my business card, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can just send you an email
Yeah,
on that.
okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you still need us or we can leave?
You can go if you want,
Yeah.
or you can stay and see how this works, but.
Very
Okay.
boring.
Oh, it's very boring? No, we are going back because we are sleeping in my house in Montreal.
Oh, wow.
And my house, it's a rented house, but, sorry. So yeah, we are going back, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming
Thank you.
and informing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice, boring.
Have a safe trip.
Boring
back.
evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm happy to be open. Any other public comments? I'll just bring it up next time, please. Okay, moving out of the public comment session. Minutes of the previous meeting.
I make a motion to be accepted as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, bills. Any questions or modifications to the bills today?
There was a supplemental list in your mailbox, all of the mailboxes actually.
Make a motion to pay the bills and the supplemental bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now correspondence. There's a conference correspondence here. Mr. Lattimore? Yes, sir. Usually the clerk talks about correspondence. Or I can. Okay, I'll take care of it. Trahan Construction Forgotten Project. We've looked into replacing the sidewalk.
Now, doing repairs of the sidewalk.
This is, on the corner of Maple and Pratt.
It's actually blacktopping a piece between the road and the sidewalk.
Correct.
And that's being taken care of with Adam?
Yes, I have, talked to Adam, and, they're planning on getting the repair of the sidewalk, on a nice day this week, as well as doing the paving between the sidewalk and the street.
How many of these emails are actually correspondence and or just, FYIs?
For which one?
Because that was, the Trahan Construction, the paving is an FYI kind of thing. We got the 4th of July committee, Santa speed run walk, but we've already proved that.
Mm-hmm.
Hydro energy.
The mask requirement? What requirement? The mask requirement. Currently, we're just keeping the mask requirement in place because we don't have an effective way of policing that. Because we don't have anyone to really check people's, whether they've got their immunization card or not, so that's staying in place. And that will stay in place until the number of COVID-19 cases in Clinton County decreases, at which point we can review it again. We have a request from a group in St. Albans that would like to use our fields for a soccer camp in next July. They typically host it at the high school, but
There's a lot going on.
yeah, there's a lot going on right now. I don't know if I want to read this word for word. I know we don't have.
I would just make a motion to approve them to use our soccer field.
Right, because there's no conflicts or anything with anything
No.
you've got scheduled.
It's only 4 days, it's from July 5th through July 8th next summer.
Yep.
And they're gonna pay us whatever, $10 a head for
$10 per person.
that they get in the soccer camp. It's a voltage camp that's been run at the high school for many years.
I'll second that motion. The only thing I would add is, I'm assuming, I mean, I know a little bit about voltage and stuff, so I'm assuming they have like insurance and stuff. We just make sure they have some insurance in place, manning the village as an additional insurance.
In the requirements, Mr. Murnane, they will have to present the village with proper proof of insurance, and also a harmless and indemnified the village for claims as well.
Okay.
So that's part of the contract.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Motion was made, second.
I make a motion that they can use the field.
We already did that.
Oh,
You already did that?
I second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Firm hydro energy, December 1st to 31st, there will be no reduction in firm hydro energy sales to our hydropower customers for the period of December 1st to 31st, 2021. The forecasted December 2021 hydro generation is projected to be sufficient to meet our firm's hydropower customer needs. However, if that generation is not sufficient, substitute energy will be purchased on your behalf for those customers that sign substitute energy agreements. Current estimates, so no shortage for January 2022 through June 2022. And they'll continue to analyze current data monthly and provide this type of rolling 6-month forecast each month. Since we have our hydropower agreement, because I was asked to talk about this when it comes to heating, the electric rates should be in line with what they were last year, roughly. So unlike other places that have a lot of fossil fuels used to heat buildings and with the shutting down of those pipelines, we shouldn't have such a big issue. for most residents of the village. Some residents are still using oil-fired furnaces. And I did get a request from one to convert. But yeah, so the electric customers should be fine for this year. It should be in line with last year. I'm not used to having so many papers.
Correspondence from the library.
Yep, there's correspondence from the library. Oh, yes, okay, this is actually something I need to do. The Dodge Memorial Library Board of Trustees would like to submit the name of Laura Sisson for appointment to fill a vacant library board position, term of office April 2021, 2026. Library Board of Trustees voted to approve Ms. Bert Sisson for the position of the board at its November 10th, 2021 meeting.
I make a motion with approver.
Second.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we've got a letter from Tim Brazy. He's the CEO of Landmark Divided. The company buys ground leases for cellular towers and rooftop antennas. They are currently interested in the cellular lease on our property. If your site meets the criteria, they're interested in buying your cellular lease for a significant cash payment. This is just marketed to call, and they usually get filed under file 13. Yeah. So this is 43 Chapman Street. KAS is happy to assist with demolition asbestos inspection. We can assist you through the next steps as needed. Cooper.
You?
Because this is, your name's on this email.
Yes, I just got that this afternoon at about 2 o'clock, I think it was, or something like that, but, the contractor, he wants to go forward, but the owner doesn't have that asbestos abatement.
Okay.
I told him we'd have proof of it, so I had him email that down to me today to show the board that, yes, he is working on getting it from KAS, I guess. To bring us up to date, because, I feel, our people that live on the left and the right of the 43 over there, they put about 8 months of really a tough time there. But we're doing the best we can with it.
Yeah,
you and me.
And so all that's needed at this point is this asbestos test?
What's that?
You have to have an asbestos survey done on the property, so that, disposing of asbestos has to stay to a particular site.
You have to have that to issue the demo permit.
KAS is probably one of the more reputable companies in this area that does that. I've used them a number of times, especially not just asbestos, but also like for fuel storage, tank removals, and stuff like that. They're very good. They're the office in Plattsburgh, but they're also based in Essex County. But their Plattsburgh office is very good.
And this is like the last thing they need to get that permit to demolish it? So they've already got a company that's ready to do the demolition work?
Yes. Back to the contractors here this evening. As soon as he gets that, I can issue the demo permit, he'll start. He's ready.
Yeah, excellent. How long do you think you're gonna take to get that?
It says 2 or 3 weeks, because they got to take the samples and they have to send them in and have them tested.
No.
Yep.
That's the same thing we did, we tore all the other places out around here, that they come out with that law 10 years ago, and that's the way it's gotta be.
How long do you think it'd take to demolish that once all that's in range?
2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days? Is there a point in the season where it's too late, or it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter, it's just that now you're getting into the snow and the weight is there, because it's all going to try to gate. So it's $80–90 a ton to get it up there. I just gotta cut some trees to get in there, right? 30 trees that gotta come out. And, there's a purchase agreement on the property in place, but I'm not going forward with it until this asbestos abatement is in place.
Okay. Yeah, you can't go forward until the asbestos testing?
Well, there's a couple of factors there. If there's more than 1%, you're not gonna see me there. You're gonna see somebody that does the remediation work, and that's not gonna be cheap. They find less than 1%, but what's in the village's favor is this thing's been open for the last 8 months. The air's been getting to everything, so, and it's been raining in there, so chances are it's gonna be slim to none.
Good.
But, who knows?
Testing will tell.
And if it's unsafe to get in, they just call it as it has to be done by, someone that does remediation, so get ready for that bill. If you find less than 1%, we're okay.
Do you know what's involved in testing, how they take the samples, or?
They've got these little jars, they got sniffers, and they go around with their sniffers. They find something hot, they put it in the jar, they send it to the lab. They take tests through the house. Chances are, if there's any, it'd be in your linoleum, and maybe in the pipes down cellar, but apparently it's all hardwood floors in there, so I hear.
I don't think the kitchen is up and down, if I remember right. I used to work in that house a lot.
If there's any, it would be in the cellar around the boiler, or whatever kind of boiler they had in there before.
Yeah, there was none down there.
Well, there you go, so chances are it's less than 1%, so it's less than 1%, ain't gonna take long to get things done, but everything's time consuming. We're looking at 3 weeks before he even comes up here. You're looking at another, probably a couple of weeks, a good 10 days before you get the test back. So we're in January. And, heavy equipment doesn't like to run good in cold weather.
Nothing likes to work in the cold.
Yep.
But, this is good news, so all they need is that, which is still gonna take another couple months probably.
So John, you're gonna get back to him tomorrow and tell him to.
He's already, I already spoke to him twice today.
Okay. He's gonna come up as soon as he can to.
Well, that's what Dave said. Dave signed a contract with him to do the job, so. According to Dave, now.
You could follow up with them, John. The guy from Plattsburgh, his name's Aaron at KAS. He's kind of the chief guy, so.
Yeah, I met him before. We've done some other houses.
Yeah, just make sure he can expedite it as he can.
Okay. We've got a resolution here, budget modification resolution 2021-27. This deals with fire department, equipment and other. Whereas the board of trustees deems it advisable to make certain modifications to the 2021 to 2022 village budget, be it therefore resolved that the treasurer is authorized and directed to make the following modifications to the village budget for the fiscal year 2021-2022. The resolution shall take effect immediately. The question of the foregoing was duly put to roll call vote by the mayor and seconded by trustee Pelkey. Oh, I put the motion up. Yep, I'll second. Trustee Arnold?
Aye.
Trustee Menard?
Aye.
Trustee Pelkey?
Aye.
Rodriguez is not here. Mayor votes aye. Okay, well, there's two things I did. I appoint Chris Lattimore to the, remaining time on the clerk's position, so that he can take over for Susan Sullivan on the remaining time of the, clerk appointment. He'll be subject to reappointment, the next organizational meeting for the next new term. Executive session on union contract negotiations.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I already spoke about the heating costs that I wanted to talk about. Okay, trustee Arnold?
I got some
windows over the library that are in dire need of, replacement. And I brought Stephen Lombard over there from Chazy Hardware, and he's gonna give you an estimate of how much it would cost to fix them. All the sill at the bottom is all rotted off, the big holes in it. The wood rotted out? Wood rotted out at the bottom of the windows, so. So he figures we don't have to replace, a lot of them, he thinks we can just take out the window, but he said he's gonna have somebody that knows how to take them out, that don't break all the sill and stuff like that. Cause if you do, then you gotta replace the hall window and stuff, so. He's just gonna replace, just the window itself, the glass and wood around the frame, right, not the frame.
Is this a historic building, so that in the future, if we wanted to completely replace the window, the more energy efficient ones would be?
And our energy efficient is just that they were, clad on them, vinyl clad, and you can't see it rot, I mean, you know.
They put vinyl cladding over the wood.
Right.
So the wood's rotting under that.
Yeah. So, and they've been replaced, it was, I think it was 96 on the little emblem on the window, I think it was.
1996?
Yeah, Joe Stranoff did that when he did the upstairs, put the floor in upstairs and in the attic and stuff.
We might actually want to look into replacing those windows again, you know, since it's been almost 30 years, so.
So anyhow, you'll give me a price of, the two that's rotted out, stuff like that, so I'll have that for next meeting. Okay, yeah. And what about the trees on the lake, what are we gonna do with them?
Are we talking about the ones south of the pier, or are these different trees?
Yep, south of the pier.
Cause the ones
behind the village office.
The ones behind the village office were cut down last year, but we're back up again.
Yeah.
The ones south of the pier on that turn were removed and cut down. Was willow tree type down there? Yep, those are removed.
If you pull them out, they wouldn't grow back.
Are they already growing back?
Going back, yeah, they're up, must be 8 feet high.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same trees.
Right across from Delegard's, driveway. From the
Sportsman's Pier?
From the gazebo over towards the sportsman.
Okay. Cause I was looking at the pier going towards Lake Street.
No. The opposite way.
The opposite way, okay.
Yeah.
Other side.
Yeah. And also, I'd like to ask Mr. Cooper about the, place on Pratt Street. How is that coming?
The place on Pratt Street, which are you referring to?
Along with the power?
Although I still haven't heard from Tom, he's supposed to let me know about checking our own power status so we can establish the fact that he's actually using that for what he's using it for. We already got a statement from the police department of what's going on there, but he was supposed to get back to me, after the last meeting. I haven't heard anything from anybody yet.
Okay. I followed up with the property owner, sent a follow-up letter. I don't believe I heard from him, so I'm gonna have to do that again. And or necessary, I'm fair violation. I did send a follow-up letter.
Okay, that's all I have for now.
What about Chet?
Oh, we just talked about that.
No, Pratt, that's not Pratt Street and Chet. Sorry, two different
Right.
properties. I only heard one. Okay. Trustee Ward?
My first thing is, I just wanna update everybody, they started putting the poles in for the fence for the dog park. Starting to look good. I'd like to thank the village workers for that, and continue to do a good job. And I'd like to request an executive session to discuss an electric customer.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. And that's all I have.
Trustee Pelkey?
Yes, the fire department is not having their Christmas party for the kids, because of the Clinton County being a red zone for COVID. But we are gonna do, like a meet the Santa. We're gonna bring Santa around on the fire truck to different locations where people can sign up, and we're gonna bring, like 100 stockings with gifts and candy, and we're gonna go door to door, and the elves are gonna deliver these 100, to the first 100 kids, in the route throughout the village. So we won't have, we'll be outdoors, and we don't have to worry about needing close quarters and have contact, spread COVID. We talked about, we still wanna do the parade of lights like we did last year. That went very well. Residents of the village, I think, really appreciated it. So we are gonna continue talking about that, and we wanna go forward and keep that going every year. I do wanna talk about the annual parade of toys that the village has. We're in the same predicament here with, you know, with being a red zone of COVID. We canceled it last year. I think because of our numbers are so high this year, we should be considered on canceling it again this year. And support the fire department with what they're doing. And how you guys feel with that? I think it needs to be brought up. There's no sense of passing out hot chocolate and cookies to kids and having everybody infected.
No.
Maybe if our numbers were way down, it'd be different, but now masks are required. I think we should wait another year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, that parade of lights or whatever we're having on the fire trucks, that's December 18th.
The 18th is the Santa Claus is to go out and bring the gifts to the children throughout the village on the 18th. We're gonna find out, we're gonna let people know how to get on the list to be the first 100. Because not everybody's on Facebook. So I wanna get like a physical number for Heather. Heather Savage is the chairperson from our fire department that volunteered to take this project on. And we will get with her, myself, Benny, and we will find out a number where you can call, sign up also.
Yeah.
But the parade of lights.
Put a package out on Facebook, I guess.
Right, but not everybody's on Facebook,
Right.
that's the thing, you know?
Right.
Put a sign out front of the fire department.
Yeah, or
On
use
the
the sign
sign.
here.
Right, or use their sign.
Yeah, use our sign with a number for the first 100 kids. And if there's more, I'm sure we'll buy more, and because we're just gonna bring Santa Claus out so he can wave to the people, and the elves will deliver the packages to the residents that have the kids. And that is on December 18th. But the parade of lights is to be determined. We don't know what day it's gonna be. I think more is, December 5th. So Mike was kicking around some dates, so we're looking forward to do that again. And that's all I have.
Do you make a motion for the parade of toys to cancel?
Oh, yes, I'll make a motion to cancel that.
I'll
second that. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I will ask for one executive session to talk about a particular person, employment history of a particular person.
Second that?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, trustee Rodriguez is not here. Any other reports? Okay, I've actually got a couple of things too. The Christmas train, Canadian Pacific Christmas train was canceled. Canadian Pacific sent me an email saying that was canceled this year. They're doing an online concert again. And, thing that was going on this morning,
Because the guy from France, from 2CRSI mentioned the project they're doing over, that they invited me to the meeting. Joe Church is setting up a company in one of the pod buildings. And, this is a company, because the writer A for the, NINFO agreement we have for the hydro, his company doesn't qualify for any economic grants or economic programs. So using this writer A in this agreement to our hydro allotment, we can bill him like a down payment type thing, so we can have a study done so that we can safely provide him with power. Did you get this writer, Tom?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll have to send you this. So with this program, we can actually ask him to pay for the PLM study to the condition of our electric grid. And then that can see as part of what his requirements are for his power, then we can see if we can safely provide the power that he needs up there. And I think we could use this as a way to, because we have to do something for the north end, because once all this green energy thing New York State is doing, we can't actually provide enough power up there with the current infrastructure. This way we can get someone to pay for not only the grid assessment for the entire village, but also get us a plan and a study done to see how we can expand the power supply up in the north end, so that the companies up there can continue operating once they're not allowed to use propane or any other form of natural gas or fossil fuel anymore. Because there's only, when I asked Jason, he did the calculations, there's only a megawatt that's available, not even. And once everything has to go over from propane, natural gas, well, there's no natural gas up there, but once they have to start heating their buildings with electricity, running their dryers on electricity only, that's gonna be bigger than a 1 megawatt load, and that's gonna overrun the infrastructure up there. I'm seriously concerned about it. So this way, he would be required to do the energy study to show that it can be safely provided to him. If it can't be safely provided, how it can be done so it's safely provided. You'd have to pay for the upgrades, and then that way we can get everything set up for the north end, for the New York State's eventual by like 2050 banning of everything that's fossil fuel powered. And with the study done for the village power grid to begin with, because they're also going to be banning the sales of new gas-powered cars, they're going to make it mandatory that everybody has electric cars as the only cars that you're going to be able to buy in New York State. And then we need to assess the village's electric grid's capability of withstanding everybody plugging their cars in at the end of the day. And New York State's doing nuts, they're going the way of California, so we have to look at this stuff to prepare for it. So imagine there's a car charging station outside the village office, but imagine that in everyone's house.
Do you have an email or something to send us on what the business is going over?
So far, it's just under Joe Church's name. Because Joe Church is setting everything up himself. So it's just Joe Church currently. He doesn't have a business name yet. He already knows about this because I've sent him the writer to the contract. I've sent him the form that was required that comes with the writer. And so he's doing that part. We're gonna have to talk to like Tony Madofri and a few other people to figure out exactly how to implement this. But we can also work with Plattsburgh to help.
When you say there's a contract for what?
Oh, it's not really a contract. Well, it's an agreement, so it's kind of a contract. There's a form they have to write out for an application in order to start the process.
An agreement for what?
Application for high density load service customer information. They provide us the customer information, what they're looking for, and then from there, based on their demand, on what they're looking for, we can give them, like, you're gonna have to pay this amount up front for the study and everything.
Where is Joe Church looking to go?
He's looking to go into one of the pod buildings.
We don't know what kind of business he's.
It is a tech company. He's working alongside with 2CRSI. They're gonna be using their system to help serve some of their customers up there. They'd be going into that building. They'd be using residual heat from the equipment to heat the building, so that way the pod can transfer from the propane boiler system they have now and use electric instead, using waste heat from the computer equipment.
This rider A that they talked about was passed by the New York Municipal Power Agency. It was petitioned from the PSC. So if you have a high density load, you can charge them the full supplemental rate. They don't get any hydropower. The hydropower is left to the residents. So if any high density load, if it's PCRSI, if they're saying they have a high density load, they should not be getting hydropower. They should be filling out an application and they would pay the full supplemental power, so it protects our residents.
There's an exception to this. Applicability AC does not qualify for New York Power Authority Municipal and Rural Cooperative Economic Development Program, which 2CRSI does.
They are an economic development program?
Yeah, because Cook County IDA adopted that.
Joe Church's company does not. And he would be a high density service.
So what's going to separate the high density services from the ones that go into the Pfizer facility?
It is literally just the New York New York Power Authority Municipal and Rural Cooperative Economic Development Program. Companies that apply, that qualify for that, even if they're high density, they do not fall under this rider A.
So is that all the Pfizer property?
Not necessarily. Some tenants inside may fall under this still. Because it could be entirely possible another tenant decides to move in there that does not meet that part. Currently,
out of curiosity, how many tenants are currently in the Pfizer building?
two at least. Because as they mentioned when I asked them if they manufacture those server trailers that were talked about before, they do the server side, they don't manufacture trailers, another company makes the trailers.
Like, as everyone remembers the last meeting, and that came up as an issue regarding what was happening up on that property. I actually spoke to somebody at Triangle Electric, they called me the next day after they called me Cooper. And I explained to him that we had very little detail about what was happening and we need much more information to be able to review a building permit. I think I shared some of the emails with some of you, and if I didn't, I apologize. But I was told by the gentleman at Triangle Electric, I was speaking with that they would give me that additional information. Well, within a couple of days, I got an email from Harry Archutan? Yeah, Harry Archutan, who basically said, that basically they're gonna file their own application and that we would have within a few weeks. It says the detailed plan is focused on job creation, next gen tech. So I said, great, thank you very much. I did get like a color picture of like, we couldn't really read too much about what was on the last one. Yeah. And it shows like the location of these trailers and stuff that you couldn't read on what we had last time. So I have not received anything further from them. So at any rate, when I do, I'll share with the board and we'll see what they come up with. But essentially right now, whatever they're doing is kind of on hold, and I don't know what the, it sounds like there may have been some issue between Triangle and them, but I don't know. Yeah, so we'll see when we get that additional information.
So Joe Church has the application form. he's filling it out for what he's doing at the north end. And, my suggestion would be to charge him like a $50,000 sort of down payment to pay for the PLM study, which would have to add onto the PLM study additional things so that they can study how we could safely deliver power up there if we need another substation on the north end, or how we go about doing that. But that would be when the application comes in.
Just out of curiosity, when do they know the answer to who does that study?
That safety study and the electric grid study, that's PLM.
PLM. Okay, and that's who we used before, so.
That's who we hired.
Good.
Yeah, and this way, instead of us having to pay for it and split up into 2 years, there's a $40,000 study, we can have this company pay for it, and we can get it done in 1 year. Within 1 year. We have to figure out, because this is a new process for us, but we have to figure out how to go about it. But we've got a resource in Plattsburgh, because they use it, and we've got NIMPA that we can talk to. We've got resources to figure this out, get through it. Okay. Opening meeting of the public again? Yep.
I have a problem between my sidewalk and the road, okay? It's very low in there. When you back out for it, it's low. But the problem is, it's cracked. All of the stuff is cracked, and it's cracked all the way through. When the spring of the year comes, the water comes down. It not only lays back there, and then it's freezing, and I have nothing but an ice skate there, but it's also going over about another 5 feet or so, and it goes right down underneath, below the transformer. A lot of it goes down in there. What I'd like to see you do is, the village to do, is to bring it up high enough, and on between the transformer and my sidewalk. If worse comes to worse, dig down deep enough, put some kind of a collector that when the water comes down, it'll go down in there, and eventually it'll go down away from the transformer also. Because it's going right in the bottom of that transformer. Been doing that for 2 or 3 years. So I'd
And
like
this
to
is
have
right in
that
front of your place across the street from it.
right straight across the street from the beautiful place that you're talking about. You're right there now.
I'll write that in the notes, across the street from the beautiful place we're tearing down.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Of course, it's white because it's a big 2-car garage there, unfortunately. See, the road is a lot higher there to begin with, so that's where the problem is.
So the problem is between the road and the sidewalk. The sidewalk is higher, the road is higher, and the ground there is sunk down.
Yeah. The sidewalk is higher, and it gets down, goes from the sidewalk down, and the road is higher. It's a high spot here in that road.
I wonder if there's a storm drain that's nearby.
Yeah, if you could put a good storm drain, especially in the spring, when it starts melting a lot, and it's cold at night and whatnot, and there's nothing but a skating rink down in there. Sometimes the ice will go 3-4 inches thick all the way across there. So I'm out there trying to cut that up, but somebody comes in someday, makes a quick turn, they're gonna take that telephone pole right now, they're gonna slide right over with it. I won't, because I know it's there, but anybody else doesn't know.
Does the ice show up in the road, or is that just in that grassy area between the road and the sidewalk?
Pardon?
Is the ice in the road, or is it just in the grassy area between the road and the sidewalk?
No, it's right at the bottom, and it doesn't go to the road, because what I do is I don't let it go to the road. I get out there, and I don't mind how cold it is, I push it down, I get it out of the way, I push it actually towards the transformer, and then some of it seeps in a little bit down there, but I don't think that's a good idea to have that I know all the wiring and all is protected, you know what I mean, it's all in, PCB and all, you know, whatever, you know. You know, that's not too serious a situation, but it could be a situation where the village could be in a lot of problems there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're throwing out or not. Might not, you know.
Any other comments from the public? Second. Motion to recess. Getting anything? I think so. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
How have you been doing? Busy?
You know,
Well, I don't recognize you.
You're going late for Thanksgiving too, so. Scratch for that. And so
Sure.
it's
Both of them are for that.
It's not
Both of them are for that.
not
It's kinda hard to
just
recognize.
part of the old farm.
Talk to the boys in there.
John, you didn't come by to get the envelope.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I always make them read it.
Oh.
Okay, do you wanna go get it now, or I'll go read it? Okay.
No, baby.
Right.